Percy Jackson and the Olympians Episode 4 is an episode that in its entirety is pretty damn incredible. It not only expands upon our main characters further within this series, but it holds one of my favorite scenes within this entire season. Percy Jackson versus the Chimera at the St. Louis Arch. It's an entire scene that was cut from the original 2010 Percy Jackson movie, so this is the first time it's ever being shown on the big screen. And I believe that the St. Louis scene is a moment in this story that shows why so many people like the Percy Jackson series in the first place. Let me explain. But first, let me give you a little bit of background information. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are on their quest to retrieve Zeus's Master Bolt so as to avoid a war between the Olympian gods. You know, normal stuff. The trio halfway through their quest end up being attacked by Echidna, the mother of monsters. And I mean, yeah, if I'm on a quest and I see this, hell nah! The trio then end up getting cornered at the top of the St. Louis Arch, where it's supposed to be a safe haven for demigods, but since in the previous episode when Percy shifts Medusa's head to Olympus, the gods are not feeling all too swell about helping them out. Classic gods. So it's up to the squad to take down Echidna. Except not, cause Percy's poisoned, so he's in no shape to fight, and Grover hasn't even held a sword. So yeah, this is looking great. So, by process of elimination, Annabeth is the one who chooses to fight Echidna. Nah, actually. This scene is actually really dark. Percy basically tells Annabeth and Grover that it's okay, he'll die for the cause. I mean, damn Percy, that's pretty based. But now we get to this scene. And this is how you hype up a fight scene. For the entire episode, we knew that there was a monster chasing them, but we never get to see it. Until now. The Chimera finally makes it to the big screen. And it does not disappoint. I really dig this scene, and I'll tell you why. The suspense here is very well done, with the claustrophobic environment, the dim lighting, the hulking beast slowly approaching, and Percy clearly in no shape to fight. Before this, Percy has had a decent time taking down his enemies. The Minotaur he cleaned up shop, Clarice he embarrassed, and Medusa... Now! Poor Medusa. But the Chimera is the first monster Percy can't even scratch. I mean, I enjoy Percy rolling through monsters as much as the next guy. However, it's important to establish that Percy will not win every fight, will not be able to have every interaction go his way. It's a very humanizing moment for Percy in the book, and it's the same for him here. So, Percy gets what we like to call in the industry, destroyed. He takes shot after shot after shot after shot, and finally ends up hanging off the ledge, defeated. Again, this is a really dark scene if you think about it. Besides the million-mile fall below, in Percy's mind, he completed his mission, distracting the monsters so that Annabeth and Grover could escape. He did what he set out to accomplish. And so, he lets go. It's a haunting scene, I'll say. Percy falling from the St. Louis Arch. This is why I felt Percy Jackson needed to be on screen. Scenes like this just hit differently when you can see it, rather than reading. It's a sequence that was built up from the entire episode's suspense factor, and the scene itself conveys the scale of the danger, the power difference between the Chimera and Percy, and the character of Percy Jackson incredibly well, as a character who won't win every single fight, but will still try even if he can't win. It's why many people like the Percy Jackson series. Because no matter the medium, from book to show, Percy is a very compelling character. So, out of 5, what would I rate this episode? 5 out of 5. This episode overall does justice to the Percy Jackson novels. I didn't touch on too much of the rest of the episode because I really wanted to focus on the fight. It was a standout for me. But the episode in its entirety is definitely one of the best episodes so far, with lots of great storytelling techniques shown from beginning to end, as well as it expands concepts from the original books, such as making it so that the St. Louis Arch was built by Athena kids. Very nice world building there. And this episode actively seeks to make a compelling narrative that fleshes out certain aspects of the St. Louis adventure, such as the extra scenes with Echidna, and adding extra meaning to why Percy, Annabeth, and Grover go to the St. Louis Arch in the first place. That's my review of Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 1, Episode 4. Let me know your thoughts of the episode in the comments below. Thank you for watching.